Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to another WWE Champions video, and today we're going to be taking a look at my 7-star Mr. Iguana. So in case you didn't know, I had a vote go on for the past couple of days, asking who you guys want to see next up for my 7 stars. And the most voted character was by far Mr. Iguana. So he is going to be our first one we're going to be looking at. Now you might be asking if you've ever seen some of my videos and have seen the top 5 characters to take up for Showboat Mail. I did not have Mr. Iguana, not only not in the top 5, but not even in the honorable mention. So why did I take him 7-star? That sounds pretty hypocritical, doesn't it? Well, I got a few reasons that we're going to get into. At least for my account, that did make this decision a little bit different. So we'll get into that really quickly and then go into the meat and bones of Mr. Iguana, as I only have one moveset, but it is by far his best build to be ran. So why did I take Iguana 7-star as my male instead of technically the number 1 character that I had right here, John Cena? The big reason why is my John at 6 gold with the Piper belt build and the plate and everything was hitting hard enough to kill. Like, he was hitting hard enough, he was killing 7 stars. I didn't really have an issue with him. And Iguana I use a lot in the showdown. He's one of my most used characters. So while he's not a single character that is used for damage, I do use him a lot as a utility character and as a safety character. And safety and utility are important things to the game other than just straight damage. So while John I do think is the best showboat in the game, Iguana does some things that I wanted to have at high level. On top of this, I really like AAA Link and the Mexico Link and all that stuff because, again, I like Ray. I like Penta, who also is going to be 7-star next soon, and obviously now with my new Vikingo, these two are used quite a lot. So that is the main reason I did Mr. Iguana. On top of that, after I made that video, I did get Iguana's plate, and that does also completely change how he is. I mean, do I think he deserves to be on that list? I mean, I think you definitely could make an argument now, maybe on the lower end and maybe even honorable mention, but this is why we're making this video now, showcasing him off. So Mr. Iguana, he is 7-star, he is maxed out completely, is very, very interesting. So here's the belt, is a 200% gem, is a 100%, Fury, Tier 6, Fury 3, the whole 9 yards decked out. Plate-wise, we are going to be running the Rainbow Crossfire. Whenever you make 4 or more cross break, increase all of your gem by 500% for 1 turn. However, what really makes Iguana a very fun and special character is his own skill plate. Whenever you make 6 or more cross break, increase your move dodge chance by 100% for 1 turn. This means that finishers and submissions are the only thing in the game that would harm him if he gets cross breaks out, which makes him very utility-wise. I mean, we'll get more into the utility, but very safe all around. As again, subs is, a mechanic that's coming back in the game, especially with Milk Plate. But Finn, it just depends on the character, obviously, that he's fighting. So the moveset we're going to be running is green, yellow, green. There are some other moves you can technically run, like I've seen some people run Iguana Rana. I don't see why you would ever run this. I think there are better things, and again, this is what I'm going to show you. And the jumping cross arm breaker. There actually is, I think, a reason why you would use this move. It's 5 charge, it's very low charge, it's a color submission. If you don't have his plate also, the main basic plate of his, this might be something you maybe would use as well. Or again, if they have minus MP, you can run this move, which is again only a 5 charge. So there is reasons why I can see you running this, but for the most part, it is these moves. So the running Hurricanrana 7 charge green will deal damage, and increase yellow MP by 10. It's also a reversal. If the opponent generated at least 1 pyro, then deal damage and steal 49 pyro gems and steal the opponent's turn. So pyro stealer, always a pretty good, this isn't like the best reversal in the game, pyro gems, but it's definitely not the worst. This pyro gems are some of the most used gem types other than like multi. So it is good to have that for sure. So now this move right here that I will try not to pronounce, as I don't want to offend anyone, or mainly myself, embarrass myself, but 8 charge yellow, make a 3x7 Ran Maria into multi of strength 10. This move is very strong. 3x7 strength 10 for a B tier, by the way. It's very, very good. Then deal damage and choose a 4x2 area to make into cross break gems. Very good move. Again, B tier, by the way. 3x7 and strength 10, and then cross break, which is also where we're getting our big plates. This move is really what makes Iguana. And then lastly, to round us out, is a 6 charge green tilt the whirl head scissors. Deal damage and choose 9 gems to make in a yellow. Hardcore. If opponent's class is striker, deal damage and increase the damage of all your gems by 150% for a turn. I will be previewing this. I will be doing this build against a non-striker and then a striker. I believe I have it against Trick Orton, but we're gonna fight Orton, and then we will fight a striker to show off that 150 all. Entourage, we're looking at King for multi 2, all color 2, as well as George, and I do have Hogan here for just all color 40 for moves. More health, 1800 damage for all gems, and then any color 1. I have Zombie Punk for yellow 40, multi 60, and then Steve here for all color 40. Now, depends on what I am doing with Iguana here. That does actually change my entourage. See, in some cases, like Showdown, I would run him Roxanne to have as much MP as I can. So if we do deal with minus MP, I usually, in some cases, will still be turn 1. I also sometimes run just minus MP this way again, so that hopefully some people aren't turn 1. And again, Roman is not a bad choice either. So those are some of the other options I run him. But for this preview, I will be specifically running him with these trainers and coaches. So let's get into the build against 7-star Orb. Now, if you are newer to the channel, I like it, like, if the sweet spot to me is if you can hit over 500 mil. 500 mil or more is kind of that sweet spot where I'm like, I think you're good enough, you're going to usually turn 1, I won't have any issues with you. It's usually what I like to see. Now, I have 872 million health, by the way, considering Iguana is also in no moments. Yellow is at 446. So what you do is you're going to use your running Hurricanrana, which will gain our yellow, like so. Boom. And it makes the area. I'm going to put this down here. And that gives us 500% and the Iguana plate. So we're at 900,000 a yellow, a multi 12. We're doing over 11 million on a yellow gem. Now, what I do with this choose move, now you could technically choose and try and hit this move twice on this first turn. We are going to be doing this, so that it blows up the board, and then filling the rest of it with yellow. Now, keep in mind, our 3 primary colors is yellow, black, and then green, so obviously keeping black would probably be something I do. As you can see, that is 174, so obviously for my standard, it is not very strong. It's not. As you can see, though, there he just took the dodge. So, yes, that is completely true. He doesn't really hold up there. So now we're doubling this down. Like so. We really have, like, no yellow here. So we're going to do that. Blow up the board again. That was 333. So as you can see, to my usual standard, he's not hitting hard enough. And that is very true. He is not really even doubling down there. We didn't even hit 500 million. This is where Iguana is an interesting character to me, because while he does not hit really what I would like, he does have safety, which is kind of something that no really other character... I mean, there's a few, obviously, that do have safety. A good example, though, that I want to talk about is someone like Joe. Showboat Joe has a submission that you can run, and the Milkman and stuff, but the original build that I had for that video was just Triple Purple. And Triple Purple only did about 300-400 mil. The difference, Joe has no safety compared to Iguana. So that is a huge reason that helps him out, is Iguana does have that safety. We're going to be fighting a AAA member here, though, against a striker, though, that does show a new light of Iguana. So same thing, we're going to do it here. Boom. We're gonna throw these down again. I'm gonna set this here. Our yellow is doing 935. Almost close to 12 mil there. Now we do that. Now I'm gonna do this because we do need to make sure I recycle. And we'll do something like that. Now we did like, I don't know, 170 or something that time on first turn. Now we did 603 damage. Very, very different character once that happens. Again, now that is over the 500 mil. Now again, I do understand that people are like, I don't really want to take a character 7-star just because he can fight a striker. And again, that's why we're going to go to the other half of this video, because there is one other thing I want to talk about with Iguana. Also, I'm just going to quickly show this off. For some reason, let's say they somehow kick out. So we'll do that. Swipe. If you get to the turn 2 like we did before. Here we go. He's going to hit this move, but obviously we dodged. We can now double down the cross break and the multi. Now it is random, so you don't fully know where it's going to go. And then that obviously can happen. But we still have it where now we're doing 17 mil before an increase. Obviously, the more multis we would have, the better. But I think it's safe to assume that this is going to hit very, very hard. There you go. That was 892. So again, if you double down, it's pretty much a billion. Especially, it depends on the luck-wise with the multis where it goes. But yes, Iguana then starts doing mad damage. So that is why I like him a lot against the striker. But let's talk about one last thing. That is, as a tag team partner. Now, I'm not going to do any crazy build or moveset with him, or like any hot tag situation with him. But I do just want to showcase. Let's see, who can we do? Let's see, what would be an easy one that wouldn't really destroy everything? Let's do Steve. We'll do Steve here. Now, the reason why I really like Iguana is for Showdown. He is probably my most used Showdown male. And obviously I can't show you here because we'll just kill him. But what I would do is I'd blow up the board and I keep the person's color in the back. I keep them in the back, right? I would just do that. I think you're gonna die if I do that, so I'm just gonna swipe. But I would keep them in the back. And we would obviously dodge these moves, so Iguana would really never get harmed. He would never get harmed at all. Just to get that so I can show you what it would look like if I blew up the board. But I would never get harmed at all, really. And then this would set up the character in the back, and it depends obviously who you're going to run. Now, once I have Psycho Clown, I do want to showcase all the AAA characters and what they do, and Iguana is a huge person in that makes them really, really shine against someone like Striker Penta, who I had a lot of issues with before. Is just a completely different character when you tag him with Iguana. Vikingo can also get much, much higher damage output, and so can Clown. I just don't have Clown yet. So here's what we're going to do. Times 12s, you tag in. Here we go. It's almost down, but like there's a bunch of stuff here. Put this down. Boom. I just need to get cool. Let's do that. Oh, he's already dead. But you would see what I mean though, right? You would hit this move again, you would increase, you would have a bunch of times 12. They might not be times 12, they'd be times 10, I think, because it would be his base. But times 10, it would be just huge multi and extra damage and help get the character loaded in the back. This also means you can run someone like Steve here. I could get rid of Mellow and have more chap generation or whatever I want. It's very, very good, and it's really with any character you want. Again, I will talk about this eventually with AAA, but a character like Vikingo here, you can obviously run the AAA Link for 2 more multi with both characters. And if you run this moveset, you can actually have it where you don't need to run an MP trainer, and you can instead run something like this, which means you will make 35 multi of strength 23. Will actually be 25s. Well, guess what? On top of this, you would have both of these moves full, which means this move would be hit twice, which is 1,200% gem from plates, and would be the whole board multi of strength 23, and then make the whole board red. Again, I will talk about more of AAA shenanigans in later videos, but this is why I really, really like Iguana in particular. Is Showdown. He can set up just a bunch of characters. He is very good defense and safety reasons, and against a striker, he does hit very, very hard. A character that you see a lot still in Showdown is Haku. And while, yes, you can't hit this move, you do have a 6-charge choose, which, if you're careful, can still get you to this. So he's also someone that can kind of handle Haku in a bunch of ways as well. Again, Iguana is just a very interesting card. He's a very different card because unlike someone like Vikingo or really anyone else for my 7 stars, it's all about damage. For them, it's all about how hard can you hit, also how fast can you do it. Iguana is, can I make other people hit harder? Can I keep myself safe as well as then make it so that the character in the back is safe? And I do have a damage element still with my hardcore move against strikers, because it's not like you can't fight strikers, especially in Showdown or in feud settings if you want to run Iguana in feud. As well as you're doing big feud if you have the big turnbuckles with the 100% gem, and again he has a whole board multi. He actually hits pretty significant in feud settings. So overall, that's why I really, really like Iguana. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Make sure to like, comment, subscribe, and share. I don't know who's winning the vote right now. I believe Rhea is winning again, so stay tuned for Rhea, a Rhea Eradicator video, and then Vikingo will then have his own, and then we'll end it with Nikki, and then we'll do some other stuff as well. So if you made it this far into the video to hear me say this, thank you so much for watching, and I will see you in the next video.